What started off as a bubbly year turned into one crisis to the other. Hi, I'm IfyDika, and I just might be depressed.
Hi.
God, this girl. Hi.
Oh my God. Okay, baby. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. So, kindly introduce yourself, baby.
My name is Kelechi. I am a master's student. I'm studying my master's in psychology, and I have my BSc in nursing. Does that work? Why?
You know, you've been here before. This is not your first time joining my channel. So
My name
like you've not been here before.
My name is Kelechi. Did you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I am currently studying my master's in psychology, and I have my BSc in nursing. So
Okay.
that's me.
So welcome back to my channel.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Kellz and I call her Kellz, so I'm saying Kellz a lot instead of Kelechi. So we'll be talking about depression, and she's going to give us a few things she knows about depression. So without much ado, what is depression?
So we can describe depression as a mental or mood disorder, and it is basically characterized with persistent fluctuation in one's moods. And the key point of depression is that it has a major impairment in the person's professional or personal life. So it's not just about having a high or low mood. It would impair your life. It would and this impairment is linked to one's emotions, is linked to thoughts, and is linked to your daily activities. There's like a major decline in what you would do on a normal day. So I think that was what we would describe depression as.
Okay. So, okay. Is there a difference between depression and sadness?
Well, yes, there's a major difference between depression and sadness. They're basically not the same thing. Sadness is more like a natural human reaction to a certain situation or a certain scenario. You're sad about what situation will I use? Maybe you went into the store and the queue to get food is long. You're sad about that. You're sad about something minor. So the major difference between the both of them is that sadness fades, and it doesn't lead to that impairment in your life where you're not talking to people, or you're socially awkward or socially isolated. That's the difference between sadness and depression. Sadness, you can be cheered up when you're sad. But when you're depressed, you don't even want anybody to try to come and make jokes or try to make you smile. Yes, and depression is persistent. It lasts for a long time. Sadness you can just be sad for like a few minutes, and you're just back to being your usual and happy self.
So I have to ask, because some people who don't really know this thing, they just say, "Oh my God, it's been a long day. I feel depressed," and all that.
Yeah, you're probably just sad. I had a terrible day at work. Things didn't go as I wanted. Probably just sad because you'll be able to eat now or do something. Or yeah. So yeah.
Anyway, now I get it. So now, can anyone be depressed at least once in their lifetime? Is it a thing that can? Is it like? Is depression a thing that has to happen to everyone in their lifetime?
Not that it has to happen. I would say that depression does not like respect somebody, irrespective of your social class, your age, your race, your ethnicity, anything, you can be depressed. At least once in a lifetime, people could be depressed. It's not that it has to happen, but it could happen to anybody. And I would say depression is more like a starting point to various problems and various issues. You know, like you see people that get depressed and then they start going into bad habits like alcohol use and abuse, drug abuse, and it can lead to certain clinical problems, certain medical problems as well. And you also see like reckless driving and unhealthy sexual behavior. So it could happen to anybody. And statistics has also shown that about 350 million of the world population has experienced depression, which is more or less like 4.4% of the world population. So people could get depressed. And I read in Nigeria, it also showed that 3.9%, that's like 7 million of Nigerian population, has probably experienced depression. And you find it more in the young adults, in the elderly, and people we describe as internally displaced individuals. These are individuals that are still in the country, but they've left their homes. Like you grow, you're done with school, you don't want to live with your parents anymore, and you decide, oh, I'm going to move to Lagos, I'm going to move to Abuja, you know, to get a job and, you know, start building your life on your own. They've also noted that 17% of them tend to experience depression as well. And I think an important thing to note is that there's actually a gender difference. It has been noted that women, yes, they are known to experience depression more than men. Yeah, so it's more woman thing.
Okay. Now, looking back at 2020, this year has been quite a handful.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, this year started off with like me planning for my exams and all that. And before I knew it, it just went, you know,
just
sideways. It just went sideways because coronavirus came, and then there was the Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
Then there was Chadwick Boseman died. Although I wouldn't even really affected me, but I felt it. I was sad that that happened to him. And then after that, you know, then in Nigeria there was this NSAS protest, and you know, and then a lot of people died, and may their soul rest in peace anyway. A lot of people died, and it was so sad, and all these things that happened in this year with the back and forth and different things, do you think that they could lead one to depression?
Yes, definitely, because I feel not just you and not just me, most people were going into 2020 with this high expectation. I personally, I had a long list of I was ready to
I had a whole list too, but
yes,
half of the things I planned on the list I haven't even achieved half of it. Although half of the things I didn't even know that happened to me right now, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
They are good things. I didn't plan for them, but they're happening right now.
Yeah. I know. Like me, I had like trips planned. I was like 2020, let's go. We're gonna you know, I was really, really hyped. So yes, a lot of things have happened this year that so many people would have experienced depression. Even those that don't even know they're depressed. They don't feel, oh, I'm on lockdown, and yeah, you know, people stayed at home doing nothing, just waking up.
Even the lockdown.
Same cycle, just over and over again. So there are various ways to like describe the symptoms, and I'm going to group them in moods, behavior, sleep, cognition, physical, science, and then I'll just ramble around them. So for moods, there's something I like to describe it as a wave of emotions, more like mood swings. I know for women it's a normal thing. In our cycle, we're having mood swings, but I think this is more severe. You're having a wave of emotions, mostly low moods. Okay. And then it's accompanied with anxiety, hopelessness, loss of interest, even something that you used to enjoy, such as watching Netflix. You can't even do it anymore. You're not even interested on movies or things that are cool. You're not even interested in looking at memes. If you're a meme person like me, just scroll. You can't even post memes. You can't even laugh anymore. And you could also have a feeling of guilt as well. Then for behavior, you would always be agitated, you're irritable, and you find yourself crying uncontrollably. Something that you wouldn't cry over on a normal day. You just something little can make you cry, and then you're restless and you would isolate yourself. You isolate yourself from family, you isolate yourself from your loved ones, from friends, social media, like you're just isolated. And then for sleep, you're either having no sleep or you're having too much sleep, or you're waking up too early. And one that could actually happen to you is nightmares. You could have terrible, terrible dreams. And terrible dreams probably in relation to what has happened that has led to you being depressed, or you're just gonna have terrible dreams.
I'm still experiencing that one.
Yeah, it's crazy. You would have bad dreams for sure. And then cognitive, you would see yourself losing concentration. So difficult to concentrate on something. If let's say, for example, if you're a student, you're going to have issues like meeting that goal for your assignment or meeting that goal for your project. Now on a normal day, it's done. You would even submit it before time. You're going to have difficulties concentrating. You're going to be slow in activities, completing tasks, completing goals. And another thing that I think...
I'm just imagining me that I'm usually slow.
Double.
I wonder how slow that
is. It's going to be worse than that. And I think the height of the cognitive factors will be suicidal thoughts. I think that's the...
What?
Suicidal thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah, you're either thinking of not necessarily taking your own life. You just have thoughts of death. You're really thinking about death or something harmful happening to yourself. And
that's it.
Physically.
That's it. I need to put on the generator.
Few moments later.
Sorry about the breaking transmission. We had to hear from our sponsors.
Moving on.
Anyway, I think you should start from the suicide part.
Okay. Yeah. Suicidal thoughts. That's one of the cognitive symptoms that you would find. You're either thinking about death or thinking of harming yourself in any way. And then we have the physical signs that could deal with weight gain or weight loss. It's either the two of them. And for other symptoms, you could have excessive hunger, you could have loss of appetite, you could be fatigued, and you could have repetitive thoughts. Probably find yourself thinking about the same thing like over and over and over again. I think those are the categories of symptoms that we can see.
Okay. So how can people seek help? Like, how can they get help?
Well, the major thing that is advised is to speak to someone, definitely a professional if you're able to. And I feel we're like in an internet-based society. Everything now is on the internet, so you could always find someone by just Googling them, or you could get a referral from your primary care doctor. And for professionals, they could either put you on antidepressants or have you go through psychotherapy, or it could also be a combination of both of them. It depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, like, people like me that can't afford
People like you.
$200 per hour. How much would that be in Naira? I don't know. But how can we get help? Like those that can't afford therapy, like professional therapy.
Yes, if you can't afford professional therapy, I think it's as simple as going to the World Health Organization website. They basically have everything listed on there. I think if you can be able to afford data for your phone, you could read on, how to like handle depression. They would have like guidelines on how to, handle depressive episodes and how to manage yourself throughout that period. And they could also be like affordable self-help books that have been published by professionals. I think I was surfing the internet and I actually found one for $1.16. So I think you can be able to like buy books and just read on them. And if you can't
convert to Naira for
times, I don't know. I don't know. I saw one for $1.16. I think that's like good price.
That should be like 300, 400 and...
Yeah, maybe like $500 Naira, sorry. I'm $15. Then, if you can't speak to a professional, I mean, you can speak to your spouse, you can speak to your sibling, you can speak to your parent, speak to someone that you love, that you know that would understand and help you walk through that process. And you could also speak to your spiritual leader based on your religion. You could also speak to them about how you've been feeling and, they could help you heal. And you could also help yourself. I mean, if you're up for it, but it takes a lot of work because you have to make sure that you're eating right. You have to make sure that you're avoiding those bad habits. You have to make sure that you're sleeping. Set a sleeping timetable for yourself. I was going to talk about iPhone has the phone. Yes, I was going to talk about iPhone has this sleep schedule thing now. I don't know if you use Android. iPhone has this.
I use Android.
iPhone has this sleep schedule thing. Get an iPhone. Has this sleep schedule thing where it just puts your whole phone on do not disturb. Because I mean, you might lay in bed and press your phone for like 1, 2, 3 more hours.
Oh, actually, I think Samsung has it. My phone. Samsung.
Whatever.
My phone has saying that, at this time, you can put your daily activities to this time, something like that. Then at maybe night time, everything will just...
Yes, you won't get any notification. If people are calling you, just sleep. Yeah, that could also help you as well. And I think exercising can help. You would know better. You always... Yeah. Exercising is actually a good thing. Yeah. And try to get yourself a routine, not staying idle. I know it was probably difficult during the whole lockdown time to, not just lay in bed and just be thinking. But these people are getting around now. Just try not to be idle, because when you're idle, you start thinking of all your problems and so try to stay active.
Idle man is the devil's workshop.
Period. That's it. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think the main goal is not to keep your feelings bottled up. Just
talk about it.
Yes. Because when you keep it inside, it just keeps piling. Then one day you just explode. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I hope this help. Yeah. Thank you for... I've asked most of my questions here. Thank you for educating us and telling us what and what not to do.
You're welcome.
Oh, I didn't mention you're looking so pretty.
I'm blonde now.
Blondie. Anyway, thank you very much, Kellz, for joining us. It was a pleasure again for joining us again, and I hope you'll join for future videos.
I was about saying until next time. Until next time.
Yes,
see you again on the next episode.
Not on the next episode, but another time that you join. Because the next episode.
Another time. Another time.
All right. Babe, thank you very much.
You're welcome
for joining. And don't forget to SLCS. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment. Please comment if you have anything to say. If you have any questions, please do comment and share. If there's anyone you think that needs this video, kindly share so that they can watch it. And let me come back to subscribe. Please subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys some other time. Bye.